Welcome to Hidden Empires, the channel that uncovers the untold stories of self-made billionaires. From toy sellers to tech visionaries, from forgotten failures to global empires, we reveal the strategies, risks, and turning points that built fortunes.
Some people move fast and make big bets. Others take small, smart risks that compound slowly but steadily over time. Welcome to Hidden Billionaire Empires. Today we are highlighting Uday. He went to Sydenham College and received his MBA from Jamnalal Bajaj. His niche, banking, financial services, built a bill discounting startup into one of India's top private banks. Estimated wealth more than $13 billion. Here is his story. Like Warren Buffett, Uday Kotak got an early start in life. He was born in Mumbai into a family trading in cotton and grains. Instead of joining the family business, he studied commerce at Sydenham College and earned his MBA from Jamnalal Bajaj Institute. These are some of India's most prestigious institutions, but for all their prestige, they were not hotbeds for banking and finance. In fact, the very idea of building a financial services business from scratch seemed preposterous. You see, the early 1980s India's banking industry was dominated by state-owned giants like State Bank of India and Punjab National Bank. They had deep pockets, established distribution networks, and most importantly, government backing. For a young entrepreneur without any connections or capital, starting a finance company seemed all but impossible. But instead of playing it safe and getting a job at one of these big banks, Uday took a risk. He borrowed against his family's grain inventory and started a bill discounting business called Kotak Mahindra Finance. The idea was simple. Businesses often need working capital to pay for things like raw materials and employee salaries, while waiting for payments from their customers. Usually they turn to banks for loans. But banks are not always willing to lend to new businesses. So entrepreneurs often turn to non-banking financial companies or NBFCs for help. And that's exactly what Uday offered through his company, Kotak Mahindra Finance. He lent money to small businesses at high interest rates, secured by the receivables or bills they were owed by larger companies. Now there was only one problem. No one was willing to lend to him, so that he could lend to others. But Uday didn't let this setback get in his way. Instead, he took a small loan of 25,000 rupees against his family's grain and used it to lend 5,000 rupees to a local manufacturer. When the manufacturer paid back the loan plus interest, Uday used the money to lend to more businesses. Slowly but steadily, he built up a network of borrowers and lenders, transforming Kotak Mahindra Finance from a small startup into one of India's leading NBFCs. But Uday wasn't satisfied with just being a leading NBFC. He wanted to become a full-fledged commercial bank. That way he could offer a wider range of financial products and services to more customers. But becoming a bank was easier said than done. You see, India's banking sector was still dominated by state-owned players and foreign banks. And to set up shop, Uday needed a license from the Reserve Bank of India, the country's central bank. The RBI had strict requirements for new banks. They had to have a minimum capital of 1 billion rupees, which is around $12.5 million today, as well as a proven track record of success. For most companies, especially startups, meeting these requirements would be a long shot. But Uday was determined to make it work. He spent years preparing for the RBI's licensing process, working tirelessly to meet the requirements, and in 2003 his hard work paid off. Kotak Mahindra Finance was granted a banking license and officially became Kotak Mahindra Bank. From there, it was smooth sailing. The bank grew rapidly, expanding its product offerings and customer base. Today, it's one of India's leading private banks with a market capitalization of $2.4 billion. Uday retired as CEO in 2023 after more than 4 decades at the helm. But his impact goes beyond the financial success of his company. Uday helped open up India's financial services industry to private players, paving the way for new banks like ICICI and HDFC. He also championed financial inclusion, making banking services accessible to more Indians. Most importantly though, Uday proved that a small, smart risk can compound into an empire over decades. It won't get you the headlines or the VC funding, but it can build you a fortune that's all your own. Uday Kotak is proof that compounding really works. In fact, he's living, breathing evidence of it. Do you know what else is compounding? Well, you might already know that. We started this channel to do something different. Each week we publish a new episode, every Friday at 8 a.m. Arizona time, and each one is like a mini course on how to build and grow a business. If you haven't already, please subscribe so you don't miss out on the next episode. Thanks for listening, and we will see you next time.
We hope that you enjoyed this episode. Please subscribe, like, and comment so others might find and enjoy these videos. Go to description below for more resources and information. Thanks for your time.